Hello. Testing. What's up, Hank? Getting impatient there? What's up, 70%? You missed the last one. Yesterday was fun. What's up, Noah? How's it going, Andrew? Wellity. What have we done? Nothing. You've done nothing to deserve it. You can watch the stream sometimes on your TV. What's up, Anox Skell? Welcome to a live stream as it happens. You don't have a chat there. Of course. Subsuki. Do I like maths? Yeah, maths is good. It's very, I don't know. It's quite interesting. Jesus, no. Do we get more Manta sound effects? Don't know if I would promise that. If it happens, it happens. Maths is interesting. I did, the higher level of maths for secondary school, so it was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, it's on the thing that gets displayed on screen is top chat, and what I'm looking at is live chat. So I do see the ones that don't, even if they don't get on, if they don't get posted on the stream, I will still see them unless they get fully, max delete by the YouTube censors. What do we have? Well, I'm looking in the vault and we're seeing many games with Tagada and Espinoza, also with some smattering of Swackle and a tiny bit of Auto Noob at the moment there. So we got ladder for now anyway. This game was actually played last night while we were streaming. Udi and Thomas decided to play a game. Udi's got Aeon. Okay, first two engineers forward. Yeah, I still don't really know where how you're exactly supposed to expand on this map. Don't know if there is really an optimal path, whatever it is. Thomas in this instance doesn't go forward. This is usually, feels like going forward to get this reclaim patches should be #1 priority, and according to Udi, it is #1 for him. He invests in Aurora to defend it. Bomber comes in, does get a drop, nice one, and kills an Aurora as well. Nice, that's pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. Do I have alt accounts on FAF? No, I don't. I don't, and I never have. I don't really make alt accounts on anything. I haven't ever done that really. I haven't even renamed myself. So I feel like Udi will have an advantage from the reclaim, but in terms of total mass, it's very similar. You don't know how they would enforce. Well, it looks like Thomas's build is quite bad in terms of just how many tanks he has right now. He has far less than Udi. Depends on whether Udi will be able to use them, get them across the map fast enough. But yeah, Thomas with tons of mass in the bank. he expanded so quickly with so many engineers that he's left with not enough in the base there, so that's the issue. I think alt accounts are not allowed, though I don't know how they would enforce. Well, they have tools available to them to find you. And of course, if people report, then they'll definitely look into it. And they can discover alternate accounts of certain people. Thomas with the desperation spam loads of factories now quickly. And yeah, he just can't afford to make air, basically. He only has 3 inties. You really want to make a transport on this map, to be honest. It seems that's the way. But that's not happening. Because he has no energy. Yudi thinks about making a mechs and then doesn't. Why wouldn't alt accounts be allowed? Well, because well, I guess the issue is usually alt accounts will be made to just change your rating. There's no way to alter your rating except by playing. But of course, if you make an alternate account, then it is possible, and then you can sort of... I mean, in general, several people have made alt accounts in the past, but really you're only supposed to have 1 active account. That's the thing. So maybe you lose access to an account, you make a new one or something like that. That's usually, like, that's not a huge issue, but you're not supposed to be able to have multiple accounts at once because they'll have separate ratings, and I think that's really the main thing. So it's like, you know, smurfing basically is not allowed. Aldo Noob is the next 2K ladder pro. Mark my words, says Grunty. Oh, it looks like Thomas is dead, actually. Look at how easy it is to dodge Aurora shots, by the way. He dodges so many when he actually tries. And sometimes when he doesn't try. So yeah, UD... I mean, in the end, Thomas managed to spend his mass and his expansion was faster, but his transition from like the initial base building with 3 factories into the next several factories was quite poor, while Yudi had a much better base construction out of the opening. Inflation and rating abuse is small. Yeah, inflation not so much. It's part of what ruined CSGO. Well, CSGO has just been let rot to the bone, and the new player experience is absolutely appalling because of cheating mainly. So CSGO is like, CS is a fantastic game, but Valve have just let it rot, which is depressing because the game is like, it's on a downward trend for sure, and as an esport as well, it is big downward trend esports wise. So Grunty, why are you not the next 2K ladder pro, and why is Auto the next 2K ladder pro? Were you finishing the spring invitation, or do you have the final cast somewhere? Today actually I downloaded. Right, so basically here's what happened. What's up, bully? I casted the bronze match and the final. They were on the same day with Swackle on FAF Live. I didn't record my end for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I didn't. So I was going to recast them, and I was about to do it today, or start doing it today, and I was like, this is going to be really, really annoying for me to cast it again solo after casting it live. So I asked Swackle for the stuff, and he said download it off Twitch. So I did. So I downloaded the whole thing off Twitch, and I'm gonna maybe edit it a little bit and then put it up on the channel. So, because the broadcast was like 7.5 hours, so that's from the bronze match and the finals. So I'll probably edit them a bit and put that up, so it'll be me and Swackle casting. Question is, if you had an alt account, was mainly to understand how do you train for tournaments without revealing tactics how you want to play. Well, I guess really there's different ways to what's up, comrade? What's up, Johannes? Yeah, there is, you can break replays. I just plug my ears when anyone but you speaks. Sounds annoying and unhealthy for you. Yeah, there is a way to basically, you just enable some kind of UI mod or something, and then you stop replays being watchable. So that's one way. So you can basically have a practice partner and just break the replays so that they can't be watched. You can play with like a direct connection to another player. For example, that's what Blackheart and Petrick have done many times in the past when preparing for a tournament. Is yeah, exactly that. Just play with some kind of direct IP connection, not using FAF servers, but using FAF balance, obviously. Tagada reveals all of his labs there to kill that NG, which might not be great for him. And there's only one tank though. 3 labs versus 1 tank is obviously good for 1 tank. Or no, sorry, good for 3 labs. So yeah, you can break replays and you can just play with a direct connection to someone. Yeah, really, this is kind of a mistake, I guess. But he's leaving now, so it's not really a mistake. Okay. Esperanto with a backup mech marine from himself to help his tank out, and he's killed 2 labs now and lost. He lost the engineer that went to the front, but that's all. What's up, Husky? And the NG should die here. Oof, it was very, very close actually. Your new CPU's stuck in some shipping bottleneck overseas. God damn. What's up, Philip? Otto has young, fresh, virgin brain. Fuck's sake. So you're saying his brain isn't fucked? Does that mean yours is? Who fucked your brain? What kind of CPU do you need for sentence? Yeah. A decent one. You don't even need a great one, but maybe Grunty just has quite an old one, I guess. Yeah. So Tagada really delayed some of these mechs at the back, really wanted the Hydra, but in the end he doesn't actually, he's not spending that mass or that energy, sorry. Probably should, this is the kind of thing where you can improvise into your miscalculation and say, I'll just make a second air factory and then just play like that, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, like. But, you know, now he's gathering more mass, so actually he might be able to just spend this power with all that mass. That's a lot of mech marines. Look at all the mech marines. Esperanto going like full mech marine in the opening. I mean, he made like 1 tank and then he makes a lot of mech marines to attack here. And look, it's 3 tanks versus this many mechs. If they're in a good formation, which is essential, then it's possible, and they have to dodge into range. Esperanto's micro is kind of ass, though. I think he got screwed by some trees and stuff, but Also, his micro is very poor there, to be honest. Strikers are good versus labs, so that's the thing. Here's a raid, a powerful raid. And also a powerful bomber. 3 kills, and he kills a mechs as well. He made like 30 labs. Is that efficient? Well, depends how you use them. If he finds this engineer, it might be worth something, but overall, doesn't look so good. He did like damage here in this expansion, but ultimately the labs were not very good, to be honest. And he's taken so much damage. How is this bomber alive? What the fuck? That bomber was better than all of those labs. All of those labs. Esperanto is absolutely lost at this point. It's fucking over. Is it worth to place factories near mechs? Yes. It is. Simple answer, yes. It is. So yeah, this game is quite over unless Tagada gets caught here, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. It's not 25% cheaper, no. It's definitely not that much. I'll show you here. Maybe we'll just slow it down so that nobody explodes while we're showing you this, but okay, I have to be in his POV. Yeah, so here, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. That's -4 here. Just for everyone, I know Husky knows. So he's adjacent to P-gens, he's not adjacent to mass extractors. So it's -4. Here's a factory adjacent to 1 T1 mechs. It's -3.7 instead of 4. Now, the confusion you have is that this says -4 here, and then when we select this one, it says -3. That's just because of weird rounding. Okay, it doesn't show decimal places. So, yeah, that's the story. T1 factory, T1 mechs. I mean, that saves, you know, it's like, what is it, like 9% or no, a bit less maybe. Is it 7.5%? But anyway, that's it is worth it for sure. So yeah, Tagada way ahead now. All he has to do is not die, and he has a PD, so he won't die. Don't know why he's walking back towards Esperanto. I guess he doesn't realize how far ahead he is, because if he did, he should never be walking towards Esperanto here. It's just subjectively a bad move. Totally unnecessary, especially after you kill this expansion. He should just leave forever, never come back. And yeah, look at this, everything's dying here. And Esperanto, because he walked forward, it's in a little bit of danger. All the units rallying to support the ACU, but now right. Yeah. It's percentage based. Hank. Yeah, very professional ACU movement there. Not questionable at all. Yeah, so it's percentage based, so if you go to the wiki, the FAF wiki, you'll find, you know, you'll find the percentages. Maybe I can find them right now. FAF wiki adjacency. I think I updated some of these at some point. Where's the FAF wiki? FA Forever wiki? It's not even on the first page here. Hard to digest considering I can't read. Okay, true. Well, I'll read some numbers to you. Hopefully you can hear. I actually can't. How can I not find the FAF wiki from... Maybe it's just DuckDuckGo sucks ass. I don't know. Could be that. Okay. And let's search for adjacency. Bonus. Here you go. Yeah, my internet looks to be dropping a few frames here and there, sadly. So yeah, that's the stuff. It's percentage based, so that's how it is. Using Brave. No, I'm using Iridium. Yep. Yeah, so you can see the percentage really T1 Mex is really good for adjacency, to be honest. I mean 7.5%. As though a T1 Mex was not a strong enough thing. That is, you know, it's really good. And, you know, it matters especially on 5x5, generally, I'd say. I mean, it matters everywhere. Taggart has gone first bomber. Let's see if it works. You have a feeling the bonus from storage is higher than to be close to factory. Well, yeah, PGen around artillery does make it fire faster. Well, I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna build your factory over here for most of the game, just so that you can have some storages at some unknown point in the future, then you're wasting all that time. So if you're, you know, if you're going heavy eco, here's what you do. We just watch, say, Nexus play Rock on Settings, right? He builds stuff adjacent to Mexes, right? And then when he's like ecoing, he just control K's everything, basically his entire base, all his T1 factory or whatever, since T1 PGens, and then, you know, makes his T3 Mex with storages around it, and, you know, done. And that's some badass micro. Or just ass micro, really. Not badass, but bad or ass micro. Now it's gone much better. There's 3 kills. The Quantum Gateway has like limited percentage. It doesn't give the same, you don't get the same bonus, adjacency bonus with a Quantum Gateway, but it's it saves you. Well, the numbers should be there. The numbers should be right there. Anyway. Most noob question. Does Control K return mass slash energy? It only returns mass. Right, for example, here's an example, right? If we reclaim this, which is a structure that's under construction, but is not finished, if we reclaim this, we get the full value of mass and energy from whatever's been put in so far, right? If we reclaim a dead unit, we only get mass. That's all. Sub Voitel. You're wondering, I haven't told anyone to like the stream. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Bomber from Esperanto. Good return to a first bomber is to make a bomber of your own. You destroy Alfaxa, you lose 19%. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, really, you're gaining 81% of mass from a factory you probably aren't going to use very much. In the end, these things are not really essential to being better at the game. It's more of a... it's just not really... I don't really care too much about it, honestly. It's not important to me particularly. I mean, sort of interesting as a question maybe, but not in terms of learning how to be good. It's not interesting. Oh, okay. Are we gonna lose 4 P-gens here in a mix? Oh my god, the other bomber didn't come back and get another pass. Okay, we need one more bomber here to just kill these. So there's no Control K switch from sea to air moments. I'm not sure what you're envisaging there. I'm not sure what exactly you think. Also not sure what's going on in this game. Tagada has an air factory, right? He has an Inti. He has a static anti-air, and he has 3 mobile anti-airs. So that's, you know, a lot of investment in anti-air. Switching unit composition. Well, no, that's... No, the thing is, the switching... I don't know. Switching unit composition is more about having build power. You know, Control K-ing everything is not going to help you too much because, you know. The thing is, Control K-ing and switching to a different thing is like... Oh my god, he didn't drop on the P-gens. Why didn't he drop on the P-gens? What you lose when you try and kill something to reclaim it is time. You lose a lot of time. And time is the most unappreciated thing in this game. Time allows you to do everything. Time allows you to upgrade mass extractors. Time allows you to make higher tech weapons that are more efficient and this kind of stuff. Naval reclaim didn't exist. Does reclaiming finished buildings? No. If the building is finished like this, if you reclaim the Hydro now, it will destroy the building, turn it into a wreck, so it'll reduce the HP until it's 0. Then you'll reclaim the wreck and you'll get mass. It's only unfinished buildings such as this that you will get energy from. If you kill this hydrocarbon, build on top of the wreck so that it starts at 50% and then reclaim it, then you can get energy back from it. Otherwise, you can't. And in that case, you would get 50% of the mass, 50% of the energy. The most common time you would try and get energy back from something is when your power gets sniped and you build, say you lose 2 T2P gens, you would start building both of them and then reclaim one and finish the other, and that would give you some power boost to fix your economic problems a little bit quicker. The normal Esperanto is just way, way ahead here. So it's not really any hope for Tagada. Your build half finished. Yeah, I've never really seen it done where you use, say, an experimental as storage, but it's been talked about. Problem is, again, time. It takes a lot of time to reclaim those kind of things. It's really not... I've never actually seen it used. Only mentioned. They die over time. Yeah, they do quite slowly. Look at all these shells. Oh, there they go. Never understood why there isn't like a T2 or even T3 thermal pigeon. Well, the problem is that the hydrocarbon is already extremely efficient. So if you had a T2 one, I mean, it would be so powerful. It's already extremely good. You don't need hard tech one, really. I think it would make hydrocarbons too important, honestly. And Esperanto seems to be drawing here. No idea how. Oh, he's made T2 land. Very strange decision to make T2 land. While also walking into enemy ACU. Doesn't really make sense to me. And they agree to draw to avoid any draw bug problems. Yeah. Good old modded stuff. Let's see. Draw bug where, you know, rating is allocated incorrectly based on however draws work or something. It's, yeah. Just a rating thing, really. To do with draws. I feel like there's not going to be too many interesting games here. Or space units. But why? But why? Yes. Yes, Hank. I mean, that is correct. I mean, yeah, that's how it should work. Oh yeah, the thing about Naval Reclaim is that I don't think Naval Reclaim existed in Forged Alliance or in... I think it was added by FAF. I think. And then it kind of screwed with settings because Naval Reclaim was too powerful because Naval Reclaim is so, you know... Naval units are extremely mass heavy to build and don't cost as much energy. And so then they reduced the newly introduced Naval Reclaim by half. What's up, Fortet? How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for confirming, Alex. Wasn't around at the time. I have to, you know, study up my FAF history, my Supreme Commander lore. You know, the interesting lore of things that actually happen, not the boring lore of Warhammer 40k Light. Why does he have energy storage? That's interesting. And oh. Okay, Esperanto refusing to build T1 mexes, except the ones outside of his base. And look at this proxy here. Look at this proxy. Game winning? Can you say game winning? I mean, if he dropped like one engineer here somewhere, it would have been nice as well. But this is quite an attractive prospect. That's a lot of air factories as well. A few more NGs would be good though, out of these factories, not just air, but like, yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah, sorry about the lag, by the way. Seems like we're lagging a bit. Definitely dropping quite a few frames. I might have an idea why. Let me see. Yeah, Tagada looks like he's about to crush with this. It's a back up. Oh my god. He still has no idea. He hasn't seen anything. Oh my god. Oh no. Wow, Esperanto dropping here. Tagada will see this and can simply... Ah, look, he already has a tank here. He can just kill the engineers very quickly. And just needs to send like a Zooey to block the factory. This is going to be crushing. He can also deny Navy because, again, he's Seraphim. He's got Zooeys. He's got air control. But actually, what kind of damage is he taking here? Oh, hello. A few mech marines. Just a few. Just a few mech marines. However, the T1 these tanks are much more crushing than the mech marines. He's seen one factory. How you have a lot of units in my base? Well, he might be missing some info that he needs. Look at all these dead pigeons now. That's the hardest thing to lose on this map. He's replacing pigeons. He needs to... all of these guys need to replace some pigeons as well. But yeah, this game is done. You can't really lose your main base before 8 minutes and still, you know, have a reasonable position. What's up, J Steel? Thank you. Yeah. Small problems in the main base here for Pepsiranto. That stealth mission was amazing. Has he finally seen any? Yeah, now he has finally seen the factories. I like it. I like this game. This was a good one. Yeah, there are some subcom books that apparently some people have watched. Wait, no. Yeah, people have watched the subcom books, obviously. That makes tons of sense, but realistically, no, he's there's quite a few of them. Apparently. Haven't read any of them. Don't really have any interest in them either, but yeah. And Tagada still wants to lose rating. He should do less effective proxy strategies. It's a Plasma Wolf. Over Toast. Absolute fucking mess of a game. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Oh, short interlude with Esperanto versus Swackle coming right up. It was a good one. I mean, this is the thing, you know. You can do stuff on Bermuda. It just doesn't usually happen, but you can. You can. There's a lot of places that you can build a lot of units from. Really, anywhere on Bermuda you can build a lot of units because there's reclaim all over the map. So that's sort of the... Obviously, if you can build it directly in your opponent's main base, that's probably a very strong place to do it. For obvious reasons. Have to get rid of the border every game. But, yeah, sorry about the lag once again. Seems like we still have some lag. Which is... We haven't had this problem really before. Well, not recently. So it's quite annoying that we're dropping about 5% of our frames. So Michael, welcome. Streameriner. You aren't Tagada. You aren't Swackle. But he is Swackle. Here he is, the man himself. UEF, as always. Esperanto Seraphim, as always, apparently. So let's see what they do in this game. Will it be interesting? Will it not be interesting? Let's find out. Let's judge, shall we? Bit of judgment. A lot of things planned here. He's going to build on the trees. Yeah, it worked pretty well. Slower than Swackle though. Second air. Bumper. Third air. Inti. Very quick with the old factories from Esperanto. There is some juicy reclaim to get in certain positions. Yeah, you can see Esperanto is like 300 mass ahead, so that's more than a factory. In mass, quick maths there. He is now overbuilding, however. Big plans have big costs, and he is not respecting that at all. Bit of a dodgy... Now, you see here, Esperanto sees the scout, dodges, and then stops dodging. Yeah, he kind of fucked that one up. He reacted so quickly that Swaka wasn't even there with the bomber yet. And now, will he dodge this? Oh, UEF bomber is hard to dodge when he just sprays the bombs everywhere. Fucking hell. So that's a pretty good bomber from Swackle there. And Swackle's here in the chat. What's up, dude? Thomas continuing to hate fun as per usual. Exactly. Four and a half land factories. 4.5 land factories. And who got all the mid reclaim? Swackle is stealing. He is a thief. What are those light brown icons on the map? You looking at this guy? Those are neutral civilians. That's a very nice fight for Esperanto. Striker gets past, but it will die. The other thing, this one, this one. This is quite impressive. Or perhaps this one, or two. I left one wreck. I'm not a monster. You are a monster for leaving this one wreck. That's like more sadistic. You're like, you know, Esperanto gets to this one. He's like, oh, get some ass. He's like, wait a second. It's supposed to be like 600 more mass there. There's no hostile civilians. They're all neutral on this map. All neutral. Nothing useful to capture. There is certainly. This is a stealth. This is a deceiver. So that's quite useful. And the flak is very useful to capture as well. People have not really copped on to that, I guess. They don't like. It's so nice to just capture these and have them. Especially early on. Like, you're not going to have access to flak for the first 10-12 minutes. What wrecks? They're like hoplites, I think. Well, they're all gone now, but they're like cheaper T2 units. What's up, Mark? So yeah, pretty even at the moment. Swackle maybe isn't as efficient as Esperanto, but got the advantage of more mid-mass. I think that was quite good for him, obviously. And he's going to get PD in the expansion. That's very much needed, I would say. Esperanto has a transport. Here it is. And it's got tanks on board. Normally you have engineers on these things, and you know, you drop the corners, the top left corner, the bottom right corner, because there's mexes which are quite far from anything else and in sort of a cul-de-sac. So dropping up there is quite normal. Instead he's dropping 4 tanks here to support. This guy was doomed here. It was in a 2 versus 1 scenario, and his buddies arrive just in the nick of time, and he survives and gets a veterancy. And Swackle is reclaiming the deceiver, which is fair enough. I mean, it's 130 mass. At this point, there's like tanks here, so it might as well get the 130 mass instead of capturing it and just having it die to a tank. Yes, Philip. Yes, for sure. Every UI mod is allowed? I wouldn't say that. Wouldn't say that, but yeah, a lot of UI mods are allowed. Well, you know, UI mods are complicated. It's a whole conversation that happens periodically on FAF that I don't really want to go over again. But I've already engaged it now, so people are going to wonder, but whatever, let's move on. Basically, it's what Thomas said. There's T2 Air Factory. For Esperanto, he's going for T2 Air, not going for T2 Land. Probably Swackle will opt for T2 Land shortly, or a Commander upgrade. Probably not a Commander upgrade because he's in Esperanto's expansion. This is why I suggested that PD is quite important here. Not because specifically the AC would arrive, but that this expansion is ultimately vulnerable to attacks. Especially when you're making T2 Air and yeah, you don't have as many tanks because of that. But Gunship is out already. I would make a prediction mod which predicts unit movement, for example. I've seen that specifically from, well, sort of. Oh, Swackle's dead, actually. He should be dead, I think, really. Does he have overcharge? He doesn't have overcharge. I think he can die here. Esperanto needs to not let him get out of range, but he will. Yeah, look, he's already out of range now. That's pretty bad. But Swackle still might die, because there's a gunship and time to make a torp bomber just in case he does make it to the water, which he might, because he's about to get a veterancy. He gets the veterancy, but I think he might just die anyway before he gets in the water. Yeah. Zlo has. I was on Zlo's stream the other day. Oh no, a couple of weeks ago. You have 3 T2 mexes. What the fuck? I mean, props for having 3 T2 mexes. This is killing you. But 3 T2 mexes versus no T2 mex, T2 air. You should die anyway, even if you don't just suicide to all those tanks. Then you probably should die anyway, soon. But yeah, Zlo had a map thing on his inties. Was like a purple line, which was sort of pointing where the intie was facing, so that you would know when you're zoomed out exactly where the intie is facing. Because otherwise all the inties are just pointing up, you know. Or like you can't tell from here, if you're given an image, as we are, you can't tell which way the inties are going. So, yeah. That's what Zlo's has, like, say the inties are going this way, so they have a purple line. Each of them have a purple line here. Which is kind of interesting. Auto hover bombing mod, yes, yes. That's in selection I don't believe you. How could it be in selection deprioritizer? Did he actually update it? I mean, I know he 9line doesn't update that mod, or hasn't in years, so I don't see how it would be in that. That's what the Zlo told you. Well, whatever. Maybe you're correct. Russian cheat mods. Say it ain't so. Yeah, there are extremely abusive UI mods possible in Subcom, sadly. It's quite sad. But it's just how it is. Okay, Swackle again versus Esperanto. This time on Emerald Crater. Did a replay review on this. What the Swackle, why do you hate this map? What's up, Turbo? Plus 10, fuck this. Game's over. Two minutes 12. Bomber arrives. Don't make first bomber in 20x20 maps, guys. Pro tip, don't ever do it. So if you make first bomber on this map, then you should lose. Because first bomber is a terrible idea on this map. And really almost any 20x20. First bomber and Crossfire Canal, that is true. That's an exception. The reason that works potentially is because you walk the first engineers directly out of the base forward towards the enemy to try and build a hydrocarbon. But the first bomber, I'm not sure whether it or not it will necessarily arrive before the hydro is done. Even if it does, it can't always deny the hydro, so even then it's not a solid strategy. Perhaps, Peter. Hate this trash map too open. This is a very divisive map. I think it's a great map. It's very good. You know, it's divisive because people actually have feelings towards it rather than just don't give a shit. Can't play it more than 3 to 4 times a week. Fair enough. Esperanto got the mid hydro. This is probably the least built hydro in all of Supreme Commander. So props to him for having it built. Oh, transport gets shut down. How many units are on board there? 0. Pretty good. Yeah, map looking bland does not really matter to me. The gameplay is not bland on this map at all. It's actually quite intense. And yeah, Esperanto just going balls to the wall. He's in the enemy expansion with his ACU, which is obviously extremely risky because he's on a 20x20 map, so you know, the way back from here to anywhere with any semblance of safety is it's a long way back. It's a long way back. Swackle complaining that the gameplay is boring as he makes a proxy here and he makes a proxy here and you know, making drops, making attacks everywhere. So, you know. Obviously, building those T2 mexes on the previous map was like way more interesting. And not at all generic as fuck. T2 Mex for Swackle, T2 Air for Esperanto. He's making T2 Mex as well, but Esperanto is like kind of getting crushed. He's going to lose both these expansions most likely. I mean, he should. A bit of anti-air needed in these expansions here. There is one anti-air, but there's 4 bombers, so that's not gonna work out too well. No factory here for Esperanto at all, so he is doomed to lose this for sure. He's sending a lot of bombers, and there's no anti-air here and no NGs, but Esperanto has much better control of the middle. Looks like he can kill all the mexes, and he's gonna really try and abuse air at the moment. Meanwhile, Swackle has prayed to the eco gods, and it's gonna reward him with rating. I guarantee it. But Esperanto doing his best here to spam a lot of bombers. Can't do anything about this now with bombers, but this, if he had sent more bombers immediately, he had a chance, but now, yeah, he needs to do his own proxies. No idea what FTX does. FTX does a shit ton. FTX does a huge amount of shit for FAF, honestly. It's not even a question about who the best... That's a lot of bombers that are just going to die after one pass. Some that will die after two. Now, will he get PGen kills? No, because UAF PGens are beastly. Thought this game was auto lost. Well, it should have been. I mean, it's not my fault it wasn't auto lost. But it does look like you're losing in the end. Yeah, FTX does a shit ton of stuff. I don't know how he fits in the arguing on forums and writing a million-word forum posts, but I think that's just the love of his life. That's his passion. So it's not even work to him to do that. But you know, the rest of it, like organizing tournaments and organizing the ladder stuff and organizing fucking a lot of stuff. He does a lot of shit for FAF. Organizing the Twitch channel as well. And I think the key to it is that he gets help with a lot of stuff, which is very, very important part of it. T2Max goes down in the base. Oh, the eco gods would not be pleased. So yeah, FTX is extremely important. And Swackle is losing his expansions. He's losing this corner now. Somehow Esperanto still has this Hydra. I love that. And Swackle with no reaction to the damage he's taking over there. Obviously, this is Z gameplay. You know, not enough happening to keep Swackle awake. He's falling asleep right now, and maybe that's why he's losing all of his expansions. He's got T2 on the commander. He's making more T2 mexes. I like it. Why don't they build radar in these expansions? It's a good question. One I don't have an answer to. Maybe they're just bad. I mean, to be fair, Esperanto has a lot of radars. The problem he has is that he doesn't have any T2 radars. But he has a lot of radars, you know. Doesn't have a radar here, but that's fine. He's trying to kill this instead. We are just bad. Oh. Well, it sounds sad when you say it. If I say it, I'm just roasting you. If you say it, it's like depressing. Air staging. Yes. Yes. Stage me up. No air staging. Pretty sure Swackle's gonna lose. He didn't make air staging. What's up, Snowball? Are you looking for games? You can't get them? You wanna blame me? Huh? Wanna blame me for this shit? Last stream I was told radars aren't needed anymore for players above 2000 rating. Well, you know, sometimes you get lied to. This is a life lesson, Hank. Sure you don't need it, but you know, people lie sometimes. Sometimes they lie for effect. 10 nothers. Zane. Deh. So it begins. Oh, that's a static flak. You trying to make some static flak, were you, huh? I don't think so. Fucking boom. Why is he hitting a T1 factory? That makes no sense to me. But there you go. He is. That's another attempt at a static flak denied. And he leaves. Well, okay. He got a small 5,000 mass. You can see he's just been taking back the entire map he now has. Oh, pressed the wrong thing. Is he going after the ACU now? Oh, there's a lot of anti-air there. Oh, static flak again under attack. Gunships fly in and target the anti-air. The ACU begins rebuilding. Denied. Bit of hover bombing with the Natas attempted there. Bit of a fail of the hover bombing, but it doesn't really matter. And yeah, Esperanto just went to work, winning back all map control around the map, except for this, which was obviously pretty well defended, but took back all the map, and even just started wiping the base with some random Zooies. Strong performance. So here we can see the reality of why Swackle doesn't like the map. It's because he is bad at it, or at least doesn't have the stamina. That's almost half a T3 max, by the way. He doesn't have the stamina to continue fighting for map control once you reach 20 minutes. And that's what this map demands of you. You know, you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do a proxy, and now I have this corner, and cool, I have it forever. No. Now the enemy makes a proxy and takes it back, and you're like, well, shit, I don't have the mental energy required to take and defend something. Why can't I just have it forever now that I've put the effort in to win it? Well, tough shit. This map demands more of you than you are willing to provide. And so it's obviously the map's fault in Swackle's mind, but in reality, it's his own shortcomings that we're seeing here. We have to give it to Swackle because he, you know, wasn't roasted yesterday on the roasting stream, so we got to like double down today. 69 concurrent viewers. Pog. I'll go do some push-ups. Damn right. Just make a version of Emerald Crater that has ditch rocks in the brown zone. The brown zone. That would be a fun map. I would enjoy that map. Play chess for mental stamina. Maybe. Maybe play Settings for self-flagellation. We're back with the main event. Tagada versus Esperanto. This is Tagada. This is Esperanto. Vafos crashes on exit. What's up, Jacob? Should I run it in compatibility mode? I play windowed. It might be a full screen thing. Somehow, full screen doesn't work great with this game. I don't know why. But honestly, I don't know why it crashes on exit all the time for you. I don't know. I really forget any good BOs here. You're talking about what they should do, and talking as though... Okay, Esperanto does forget good builds here, because pretty sure he's gonna mass stall, because he's not going for this reclaim. Full screen works great for you. Okay. Guess I'm... fuck me, I guess. Yeah, he's gonna mass stall, pretty sure. Map looks so difficult. And there's the mass stall. Yeah. Nice -8 mass here. At this point, you know, maybe pause the ACU, but yeah. Obviously not great because you're going to slow down your PGens. I have to play with full screen because windowed subcomic icon microscopic. Why would windowed mode change the icon size? Doesn't seem right. Message retracted. Jacob, I tried to answer your question and now your question is gone. But I've already answered and, well, okay. Whatever you want. Whatever you're having yourself. 4K makes it do funny things. 4K? Jesus. What do you need all those Ks? Right. Going to the bathroom. Hey, stop retracting messages. God damn it. Now you're just fucking with me, Noah. I know your game. How do you have the energy to play this? Well, I just, you know, I do a Goku on it and just summon the energy from the world around me. Instead of doing a spirit bomb, I just send transports in both directions at once. It's a different, you know, a different way of expending that energy. So, BRB. Well, what did we miss? Anything? It's a transport. He's dropped on the island. He's dropped on this island. Bomber over here. Subtitle. Bumper. There's nothing to find, and Esperanto is trying to steal this island. Oh, it's a bit cold outside now. The good weather has gone for a little while. We had some savage days there. So let's maybe put it back to 0 so we're not here all day. Bit of good old mass overflow. Fucking hell. Tagada. Why? Why are you... Why did you overflow 50 mass per tick there? And Esperanto has already landed. Trick here is to build, you know, not on reclaims so that your engineers build faster, but yeah, he's lacking energy. Is he building... Is he upgrading anything? No. He's building another transport, but yeah, he's just low on... His transport should go home. And he really needs power. Tag it out despite overflowing mass. It's just ahead. Way ahead at on power. But still doesn't have enough. Transport getting shot down. Sup Sean, running a scripted workout which after 10 minutes of waiting makes you enter 100 different values. What? Jesus. Are you in some circle of hell, or what exactly are you being punished for there? That can't be real. Automate the input. Now there's a coder. Automate everything. Oh, transport lands on this island and now it's shot down before it can drop the last of its cargo here. And also transport bringing some tanks to this island here. Sagada managed to get a good few factories up, but not as many. Needs to keep moving, otherwise the Lobos are going to do some good damage. Esperanto micring madly, and looks like he's still only really drawing. There's so many Lobos from him. Just needs more tanks, really. Oh, these 6 units cleaning up the whole island. That's a nice one. That's very nice damage. Extremely good. And now loads of inties from Tagada and Janice, and he's going to kill this transport. He killed 2 bombers there. Transport won't drop any of its cargo except as wrecks into the water, and the Janice have already arrived in the main base. And this looks like a brutal crush. Tiger now arrives on this island with his ACU. And with the ACU he should be able to secure this. Janice. Killing the anti-air. Kind of. I think you should just kill the pigeons though. I don't think killing the anti-air is really a good idea. I think you should kill... Jesus. Those bombs are insane. Yeah, just kill all the power. Engie's going down. Another dead Janus. Bit of a waste. So many pigeons could have died there. He could have killed every pigeon. I don't think killing the anti was really worth it at all. Killing the Engies was good though. There's very little build power left in the base. Whenever I was completely crushing, my opponent made 2 Janus, killed all my pigeon with 1 pass. I lost. You were probably completely crushing because your opponent made T2 air extremely quickly. So you only thought you were crushing. Also, how did they kill all of your pigeons in 1 pass? Did you have like 5 pigeons? What the hell? Something doesn't add up here. Bit of a drop onto the island. The anti-air misses. The transport. And the Lobos are not firing. And instead they just get bombed. Jesus Christ. Only 1 naval factory on the entire map. Here it is. Janus also helping out on this island. Tagged is going to take it back. He's dropped some engineers to this island now. He's going to take the mexes, get some factories up, secure this island, and then this island will be taken by his ACU, and it's going to be 3 island versus, or 4 island versus 2 island situation, plus total air control for Tagada. So this seems very crushing. Esperanto's making T2 on his ACU, which we'll see. You had 2 land. What do you mean you had 2 land factories when he killed you with Janus? Killed your power with Janus? No, they're not OP, really. Yeah, tagged is pretty good. Pretty good. This looks like a very, very nice crush from him. You had T2 land. Well, 2 Janus should not kill all of your pigeons in 1 pass. That doesn't make any sense, to be honest. 2 Janus? Eight Janus arrive in the main base. They're not going after the T2 pigeon though. It's like almost all of them just wiped the T1 pigeons here. T1 pigeons left alive. Bit of a miss target there. There goes all of the power now. That's a wipe. And yeah, Esperanto has 40 power income. He has a single T1 pigeon. Here it is. Working overtime on you know. The ACU provides 20 power. This pigeon provides the other 20. And Esperanto's dead. One. Yeah, 40 power income is not really enough. Close one. says Esperanto. Why can't Tagada just have a nice win, you know, and without everyone claiming he's abusing some OP unit that really isn't OP? Landa Red, thank you for the $10 super chat. Spirit Bomb reference was classic. Just ordered first 3 seasons of DBZ. Like, he came into my office because I was yelling Kamehameha and he didn't know what it was. Fuck. Well, thanks a lot for the donation. Who doesn't like a bit of DBZ, you know? And kids ought to know what Kamehameha is. They ought to know. Why does nobody ever rebuild and reclaim Rec to get power? Some people don't know about it. Other people... I mean, in this situation, the game is completely over. It doesn't matter if you do that or not. So that's why it wasn't done particularly here. There's just no... Game is over. He also doesn't have even a T2 engineer to do that with. So that's... it is a good move in certain situations, but... Yeah. This is not the situation. It's the autumn one. I'm gonna just go through them all pretty much in order. No, I never watched Attack on Titan. Autumn one is best. Oh, I see you're ahead of me, are you? Well, we'll see it now soon. For now, we're on to tag. You really like to... People really like to talk in caps. Can't you just, you know... talk in a normal... volume? What am I doing with my life? I'm, you know... streaming every day. That's what I'm doing. First bomber from Esperanto. Can you also explain the mechanics of attack move reclaim? Well, if an engineer were to attack move, not from the factory, just you select an engineer that's here and you know, attack move, alt right click to attack move. It will reclaim stuff vaguely on this path. Does the exact same thing as patrol. Literally the exact same thing as patrol. It's the same order. Exact same thing. Now, the only thing is patrol continues forever. Attack move has a definite endpoint. Or an endpoint. Attack move from a factory is where there is an attack move directly from a factory, or a move order and then an attack move. One attack move, right? If you have two attack moves, it doesn't work. If you have one attack move from your factory, you will send your engineer to that point, and then it will use the guard radius, which none of you know anything about, but it's the guard radius, and it will reclaim within the guard radius range. First bomber comes in, bombs a factory. Tagada has built a factory and is just building units and is walking into Esperanto's base. Esperanto's done a less dumb strategy of first bomber, but it's failed utterly against this bizarre, nonsensical strategy involving one factory and ACU and units and nothing else. Literally nothing else. That's all there is. Draw next, says Esperanto. Tagada says no, I win. Obviously Tagada is, you know, thinks he can win this, but I guess if Esperanto walks directly into him, there's a chance he could even win. What's a guard radius? It's a thing in the blueprint of an engineer and other units. Define vaguely. Well, you know, sort of wherever. You know what I mean? Sort of wherever. That's what I would say. So this is a really strong game. Tagda now bails out of his dumb strategy and begins making engineers, which is really weak, to be honest. This is like it's weakness, and now Esperanto builds walls, and this is ladder at the highest level. Factory attack move get a range buff. Same for factory patrol. No. No. Maybe that's their superstitious belief, Hank, but I don't think it is true. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button here. Autumn. Apparently we're supposed to watch Autumn. Have I even seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? No. If you're talking to me, maybe you're talking to Thomas. But, no. I watched Evangelion, or Evangelion, whichever you say. I watched that one at one point many years ago with my brother. It's kind of dumb. And I watched I think I watched Akira. No, wait, no, I don't think I did actually. But yeah, Neon Genesis. I mean, the name is already dumb. The subject matter was just weird. And the ending was like, hey, we have no money to create this anime anymore, so here's some like crayon drawings, I guess, or some shit. It was like, pff. Wow, great. Also, nothing creepy happened in this fucking TV show. Okay, Thomas, that makes you better than everyone else around you. Good job. They decided war was not the answer. Well, maybe. Something in the chat. Yeah, so what's gonna happen in this game? Why is this game actually good? Ren and Stimpy is best. Tagida making land factories, not making air factories. So let's see, that's some Selines there, and more Selines, and a lack of mass. Second air, scout into more scouts from Esperanto. Avatar is the best cartoon ever made. Says who? That's a small 14 Selines from Tagada. Alright. And their numbers are only growing. Let's see how 3 Selines do against a tank. Well, the tank scout gets out of range. Tank's pretty good against Selines, but not good against like 5 Selines. What's up, Rian? Do I think Mr. Krabs does karate? I don't know. I have no idea. SpongeBob is a fucking weird cartoon as well. A lot of cartoons are like, you know, should kids watch this? What's going on here? But yeah. Interesting that a Celine survives with 3 HP for a shot from a Tham. Can't one-shot it. Yeah, let's see how many Celines now. 31 Celines raiding this expansion. Only 10 tanks. How do you stop 31 Celines with only 10 tanks when the mexes are this spread out? Okay, finally the radar goes down. That's quite helpful. Tagada want to scout. Yeah, but yeah, he does. But oof. Really need to run around these tanks, which is what he's going to try and do. Oh, NG. A serious game indeed. It's a pretty good idea. Oh, the Celine blocking the mass extractor, allowing his brethren to come in and get the raid done. Nice. You watching POV, you wouldn't know where to send units. Yeah, well, he keeps killing radars, so it's. I mean, look, he has no units here now, so he's even losing air to Celines. SpongeBob is not really for kids. Yeah, but then it's on Nickelodeon, and you see, this is the issue. It's like, but a lot of cartoons have this issue. Samurai Jack is good. Samurai Jack is yeah, that was a quality cartoon. Back in whenever that was made. Is it like 20 years old now? How get good? I guess if watching this, it's all about spamming Celines. Because Tagada has 2345 rating, so. Pretty sure the Celines are winning right now. Yeah, watching streams won't help you get good, but also Hasu knows this. He's been on the stream before. He knows we're not really here to learn. 85 Celines. What's the kill ratio? Let's see it. Ooh, yeah, it's better for Esperanto. Problem is he can't, you know. Well, his ACU is doing a great job. What I really want to see is all the Celines. Like these Celines come this way. All of these Celines come back. And then he runs into the ACU and kills the ACU with Celines. That's what I want to see. That's what I really hope is going to happen. And, please. Please do it. Oh, he's preparing. He's preparing. The rally points have been adjusted. Okay, those are weird rally points. But look, he's adjusting now. There is a PD here. That needs to be killed. That needs to be taken out. Oh, he's coming after the ACU. He is. Oh my god. Seconds before disaster here. Oh my god, that's a lot of Celines. No, you let him get out of range because you're talking about how the game's lagging. There we go. Oh my god, look how quick he's losing his health. Oh. Overcharge? Overcharging Celines. It's expensive. How many Celines lagged your game? It's probably from just you know, the build range, or the not the build range, but the range rings. Yeah, that was beautiful. Well played, Tagada. Fucking hell, that's a bit of a bad. Mass dollar. I thought that scouts would be one-shot easy vet. Yeah, I mean they are, but then there was like 80 of them and a lone ACU, so you know they're easy vet unless there's 80 of them surrounding you. Then it's like, you know, you can kill one every second, and they do hundreds of damage per second. Invader Zim. Yeah, I never really watched that one. Tartakovsky's drawing is excellent. Really? We're trying to lose rating, Tagada? I had no idea that you would be trying to lose rating. That never even occurred to me. Slightly sarcastic. Just slightly sarcastic. My apologies. Alright, next game. It's a problem when both players are trying to lose rating at the same time. I agree. It's like the cheapest ACU kill I'd seen in a while. Maybe like 500 mass. How much is Celine? Celine is like 20 mass, isn't it? Is it 20? Oh, he's gonna make first air again, so screw me. Yeah, it's only 20 mass, so it's quite cheap. 500 mass would be, how many Celines would that be? I don't know. Don't you have a recast of one of your own games? Don't I have a recast? Well, I'm not sure what you mean, Hank. I have casted some of my own games. Well, yeah, I suppose you could call it casting some of my own games, yeah, if that's what you mean. What's up, Lee? Glad you're enjoying. Bomber followed by bomber. You can't afford to make another bomber here. You definitely can't afford to make a bomber in mexes, right? That doesn't seem possible. Oh, you can make another. Oh no, no, you can't. He's making an energy now. Replay, I mean. Don't I have a replay of one of my own games? Yeah, those are not. I mean, I could, but it's just kind of weird for me to do that. I find it weird. Please bomb that NG. Nope, flies directly over it and stops in front of the base and misses. That's a miss. Big ol' miss. 500 mass is 25 Celine. Yeah, it was a lot more than 25 Celines. Thank you. I didn't understand what Dan was saying there, but yeah. That was a weird bomb. That was just a random attack move in the middle of nowhere, it seems. And that's a dodge from Esperanto, which I zoomed out from for no reason. Will he get him this time? Finally, there we go. SH. I saw that. Why do people retract their messages? I don't get it. I'm not gonna judge you for making a banal comment. Not banal, a benign comment. I could take a look at one of my own replays, maybe. We'll see. Depends on if any of them are interesting. Probably they're not that interesting. This bomber really struggling to find kills. And Tagada hits him with a question mark. I don't know why though. He needs to build a Hydro before it disappears. Nice. So yeah, obviously not a good opening for Tagada. And he's gonna have to deal with the bomber from Esperanto now. Yeah, you know, trying to lose rating in creative ways, making first bomber is not really very creative at this point. Sad to say. You want me to roast me, but it just doesn't have the same, you know, pizzazz. Oh, almost an auto dodge. Where are the auto dodges gone? I need them in my life, but every time they just almost happen. It's so sad. Need to catch one. Oh, yeah, that's yeah. Hey, let's build an anti-air, and yeah, it'll kill the bomber, I guess, but we lost every single engineer in our base, so it didn't help. It didn't help. And we are dead. 6 engineers died in the base. Feels bad, man. Don't think there's that much hope for Tagada anyway. I mean, look, he's gonna lose this engineer. Maybe this one as well. There's a scout around. This engineer's already dead, so it was already basically lost. I mean, he has what, 1 land factory versus 4. So yeah, first bomber, pretty bad. Go to the tech support in tech support channel in the FAF Discord, or go on to tech support on the forum. 1.95 versus 0.01. Jesus. Okay, that's a brutal one. I don't think I've seen something that nasty, that kind of ratio. First bomber? Hooray, no first bomber. Yay. I'm losing my mind here, guys. Help me out. I'm losing my mind. First lab, second lab, third lab, fourth scout. Triple lab opening. Triple Celine opening from Tagada. Wonderful. Radar blip spotted passing by, and the tank is under construction. And will be sent to the left of the base now with a Celine. Esperanto will need to gather his labs, which he has done, and then he can kill one tank. Oh, the problem is the scout. Don't lose the scout. Oh, the scout went ahead. Yeah, that was very poor micro there. I mean, it's quite decent. Decent micro from Tagada, but poor micro from Esperanto, to be honest. Okay, and now he's getting some damage done. Nice. Now that was pretty good. Is Tagada dropping rating because of the new tourney format? Yes, he is. If there are ants living in my firewood and I put that firewood in a fire, am I a bad person? I don't know, do you beat your kids? There's a bomber under construction, and it escapes the factory shortly before it gets bombed. Ground fire. Nice ground fire there on that NG. Will he escape? He will, but he doesn't bomb anything on the way out. I guess if he had tried to bomb this NG... Oh, look at that. Haha. So... Tagada... Sorry, Esperanto noticed that his engineer was blocked from building the mechs, so he ground fired the nearby tanks onto the mechs to kill the cloaked and stealth Celine. And yeah, got rid of the Celine. Unfortunately, he then got both engineers in that position bombed. The Celine provided all the intel before it was killed. And there's 2 idle factories there in the base. They've now been switched on. This mech marine from the start of the game is still alive. Huh. Let's get up real close. Oh, he got fucking blasted. Remember Luxie's classic first bomber 1v1s? Yeah, he liked a bit of first bomber action. So it's quite an even game. Tagada. Does Tagada have more of the map? Missing this mech is kind of painful. Oh, another bomber kill. Or engineer kill. Via a bomber. That's a good engineer to kill. And if he bombs some tanks and stuff, it's going to be worth it, to be honest. Then maybe should be able to win a fight. If he drops just one bomb, you can hit this tank and you can hit probably both the tanks next to it. And they'll all be very low HP then. And that's what he's going to do. Bomb some tanks. How many tanks will he hit? Yeah, he hits three tanks. That's a good bomb there. Now he does lose... No, he hasn't lost the bomber yet. And there's more bombers coming in. And he's actually winning air as well, so the bombers could wreak havoc here. Definitely potential to just run these tanks in and get the engineer kill. You lose the subsequent fight, but killing the engie is worth it, I think. And the left side looks very good. Tagada in a solid position overall. Very solid position. Making another land factory. He's got 5. 6th one almost done. Meanwhile, there's what, 4 for Esperanto? He's struggling, and actually the engineer gets bombed. So it gets one mech built and then gets bombed. Yeah, it looks very good for Tagada here. He seems to have way more units. He also has air control. He also has 2 bombers. The only problem is that he's stalling power massively. 34 tanks. versus 30. So actually tank numbers quite even. It just looks worse than it is because Tagada has a lot of tanks in a very forward position on the left. He could do more, but maybe these tanks are not in a good position. Yeah, the power is a problem. Could get a super good trade if he wants, but he also, the problem is not wanting to leave reclaim. Taggart also doesn't really have much vision. He has this Selene radar, but that's his only info on what's here. So if you make a wrong move, you could end up donating 18 tanks, which would be catastrophic to do right now outside your opponent's base. So he needs to... He really is being careful. He doesn't know that this is the ACU, does he? It's unlikely that he knows that that's the ACU. It's kind of difficult to predict that that is the commander. I mean, it's possible to know that just by the speed of the unit, but you know. Okay, so here's what Tagada wanted to avoid, which is on the other side, which is actually happening for him here now. I mean, that was kind of a bad trade in the end because he moved in, but ultimately he's going to take this position and get the mass. Oh, get the Zooey firing on those tanks now. Because Esperanto's left him there. Oh, please. Oh, my God. There we go. Finally hit something with the Zooey. There you go, 150 mass killed. Bomber also lands on them, and 366 mass killed on that bomber as well. It's good stuff. Okay, Esperanto has changed tack and is now building snoops only, and is also building transports only. So that's a new one. That's something brand new. Well, let's see how this strategy works out. Transports and snoops, a new UEF unit composition, patented and developed by Esperanto in the year 2021, as Fafladder reached new heights never before seen. What is happening? Good question. Xenoxis with 1550 PLN, which is that Polish? Or am I mistaken? But he says $4 for 4K monitor forecasting. So thank you very much. Zloty. Okay, it is Polish. Cool. Thank you very much for that. The 1550 zloty. Perhaps I will get a 4K monitor. I think I would need a better GPU. But you know, we'll get there in the end. Perhaps. Yeah, that new unit composition didn't really work out for Esperanto. I feel like he was behind before that though, to be fair. Also, I believe 4 is a magic number in you know, for the Celts, I think. So thank you for the 4s. Tagged playing settings and watching me at the same time. Yeah, that's how settings works. I mean, you have time to, you know, watch some anime or watch a stream or, you know, play a bit of chess on the side. How could the snoops fail? Maybe first air staging next game? Peter, I think you're ahead of the curve already. with these suggestions. Too easy, says Tagada. Yeah, bring on the real challengers for Tag. Why is Tagada not in the Tag clan? It seems tailor-made for him. What should we watch now? What should we watch now? Do we watch Settings? Is that what we debase ourselves to? Perhaps. That sounds like a fun mod, Mazer. Settings with big explosions. Where are the games? Wow, I'm seeing some ladder players on, you know, on Settings. What's that about? What are you doing? Ladder players moving to Settings. There's some kind of strange attraction for ladder players to Settings. Not really vice versa, though. Well, this looks like an interesting setup that I see here. There was no people in queue, so we joined from boredom. AF has identified himself as a ladder player. Props. And crushed. Ooh. Yeah, ladder players don't generally crush on Settings. I'll tell you that much. It's not how it works. Okay, so in this game, if I lean slightly closer to the mic, we have some incredible players. Let's start with the air player. Is Miser, or just Mize these days, and he is Cybran on air. Sasha Grey is his opponent on air. Famous streamer Sasha Grey. That's what everyone... Yeah, you know, it's a famous streamer. Causality noob. We saw this guy before. British noob. Foley's front versus UD. Is this fixed spot? This might be a fixed spot game. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it is. Just the way it, like, you have, you know, Foley versus UD in mid. So the two highest rated on each team, and then you have the two highest rated on each team on Rock. So you have British noob and Espinoza on Rock, and then you have the weakest players on air, and you have the guys in between on Beach. First bomber from Foley. Goodbye. Dun, dun, dun. Dead. Bit of micro. Nice bomb. UD would never agree to mid voluntarily. I think, you know, he might do. If that's what it takes to get them in the game. It could be lucky optimal mirror. Oh wait, oh yeah, there's a different setting, isn't there, for mirrored spots? Is there? No, wait, there isn't, is there? Am I crazy? Does something like that exist? 3 kills on this bomber, by the way. Mid first bomber seems to be pretty good. There's 5 kills. Nobody has an inti yet, or even anti-air, so... I mean, the mid player has anti-air, and then, of course, you just fly away from the mid player, so... Great start, says Crusher. He's lost 3 NGs to the mid first bomber. He's going to lose a 4th one. Good dodge from the settler there. And finally, the bomber crashes to earth. And Foley overflowing some mass. He just pinged his base there because a scout flew over it. And when a scout flies over your base, what you expect is for a bomber to then fly over your base. Now the bomber is quite far away, so I think the scout was actually premature there. Thing is, he can't make anti-air because he only has an air factory. So perhaps his team will help him. Looks like they're slow though. The British noob is, you know, making a transport and just dropping his island and stuff. There is an inti from the beach player. Esperanto is here, but will he kill anything? That's a fail of a bomb. And he literally could not get the bomber to drop a single bomb. And vents in chat after the fact, definitely not his fault. Or something. Crusher says game looks fucked now. I mean, they're like 4 minutes in. The guy's lost 4 NGs, so game is fucked. Settings for Opti are only for map sides, alright. Yes, doesn't always work well though, so there is some kind of mirror settings things. Why does Red have like 0 things in his base? It's because he made first bomber. So he just had, he made first bomber and walked instantly to middle to, you know, get reclaim and stuff. How is he so low on HP? What? How did Foley lose like 5,000 HP? I'm really confused as to how that happened. Does anyone have any idea why he's on 6,500 HP and UD was on max there? Yeah, so he made an air factory and then he made maybe one mechs. If even, he might have made 0 mexes, maybe 1 mex, maybe 0, and then walk to middle. So then you just make a bomber, and then only after that do you have any engineers to build anything in your base. Foley and Causality Noob are walking UD down. If UD dies, does the top team have any chance? The answer is probably no. UD says let's draw. He already knows that it's probably not escaping. And so he's just going to draw with Foley. Punish Foley for the crimes he's committed in this game. But really Foley is the one that's probably going to win as a result of this. However, Foley has worse teammates than UD, because UD has, you know, Esperanto at least. And now UD decides to take a little bit of reclaim and then control Ks before Foley escapes. Just gave Foley a little bit of hope, or made Foley wonder why exactly he was being allowed to walk away. But really UD was just grabbing a little bit more mass before he got the draw, which is a good move. That bomber had 7 kills and 2 veterancy, by the way. Who's this guy? Crusher 12321 is in a lot of pain. There's a lab with 88 mass killed in his base. It's killed shit here. Factory is denied. And he has like 5 flares now, and then they have just missed the lab, which will now die to Mantis. Snipe him and you win, says UD. And he is being sniped currently by T1 bombers. Causality says he doesn't want mid, by the way. He said, I not want mid. Oh no, that's Crusher that said that, sorry. Causality already has mid, and he's fine with it. Crusher didn't want it, so Esperanto takes middle, and the T1 bombers are defeated. Dead. So, Esperanto has double base, 2100. Punish Beach player, he's 1700, and he went mid. And then he said that. So that's Yudi leading from the back. Leading while deceased. It's a unique style of leadership, I guess. Can't argue with it. Crusher, I'm so fucked. I mean, doesn't look great for him. I think he actually might be onto something. But it also seems like he's just had zero confidence for the entire game. Basically, since the bomber arrived and killed some NGs at the start, he has had zero belief in his own ability to win this game. And this is what happens. You're like, oh, I think I'm fucked. And then you try and build a factory in the water. And then your NGs get bombed, obviously. And so you still have no naval build power. Now, God forbid you would, you know, walk into the water with a unit that can't be bombed to build factories. But no, instead you're building pigeons and just send more very, very, very vulnerable engineers. And then your eco manager throttle decides to pause and unpause and pause and unpause. So that really you probably never finish this naval factory, because guess what? There's another bomber coming. And in the meantime, Mize has just killed Causality Noob. Yeah, I just have to see those engineers die, by the way. Sorry. And Foley now, after his teammate gets sniped, says, that was so clear. He's right, it was, but he could have said that you will definitely die in middle. So it seems like Miser made a couple of Corsairs, sniped the mid player, and he will be behind on T3R, but doesn't even look like he's very far behind. Okay, this P-gen needs to be finished like right now. The bounce, it's not great, but yeah, Crusher is definitely crushed. He's going to lose Navy. I know this because he doesn't have a naval factory. This is the key detail that enables me to make this prediction. Not having a naval factory. Okay, yeah, it looks like he gets a ping now. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to this. He is 1700, which, you know, everybody has a bad game, you know, every once in a while, so whatever. It's about 10 frigates versus 0 naval factories. So yeah, top navy looks pretty good for British noob. Rush strat is the you know, that's the idea from Foley, most likely. Time to go learn SQL from scratch. Told an interviewer I had 2 years experience with it. Any tips? Yeah, go leave the stream immediately and learn it from scratch, and then, you know, you'll be fine. Lamau Jag. Oh, he got a naval factory. He won't build a unit from it though. I think we have a Smurf on air, says Foley. So you know what? And there you go. T3 Mechs. Oh. So Sasha Gray, the 1400, has air and beach. Foley thinks this may be a Smurf. Who knows? Could be. A lot of pings. These are also from Foley. How to regain Navy control? Well, he's dead. His game is over. So don't ever get to this point. Some things that you would need to get back into the water right now. T2 ACU. You would need air control from your team and T2 air. You would need maybe T2 land as well. If you have air control and you have T2 torpedo production, and then maybe you drop some engineers over here and start spamming factories over here, and then maybe the frigates leave because there's torps and stuff, and then you build production here. What you need is naval production. That's it. It's all about production. And then you just need some torp defense to defend the production. That's it. But if you lose your production, then getting back in the water is way harder. That strat was extremely bad. But Miser loses all of his air, so that's also bad. Well, no, he didn't actually lose all of his air, but he lost some. What's up, Niall? How's it going? What's up, Certain Death? Bit of a proxy attempted by Esperanto, and I say attempted because it failed. British noob is absolutely crushing now, dropping T3 units into the base, into the mid base, and they're going to wipe everything because they're T3, and that's what T3 units do. They wipe things. Crusher now says to Miser that he can't play when Yudi talks so much. And now Miser is being assaulted textually by Esperanto. It's really sad. Settings is just such a toxic environment. My poor, delicate sensibilities cannot sustain this abuse. Day 10 of study ruined by Jagged. Yes, that's right. Externalize your responsibilities to some random streamer. Pfft. Typical. Typical. Big old Control K from Esperanto. I mean, everything he did was great, and everything his team did was bad. So, GG. Team games strike again. Sasha Grey could be Gala back for vengeance. Sure. It could also be, you know, just a random guy. Because they don't seem that strong. Case in point, losing air versus Miser with double base. So maybe it's not Gala. Maybe you just hate Gala and you want to insult him, but probably not Gala. Probably not. When in doubt, blame the Irish. All English people. Don't think that really works. It's definitely vice versa, but I don't think it works for the English people to blame us. Definitely the other way, that's legit. Come here for the subcomp, stay for the sarcasm. Well, it's dripping today. It's everywhere. Suppose we should watch another game. Harb with 31, 44 mass killed. Pretty good. Where's the other one? Is it dead? Is it dead? There it is. 44. Who's the British noob guy anyway? Can't blame the Irish people. They don't do anything. Oh. Howley. Thought we were friends. Let's see who British noob is. View aliases. Please, client. Do I need to update the Python client? Because it seems to be fucked. No, don't report that crash to Microsoft. Don't need that to happen. Let's just open the Java client. Okay, bit of lag there as well. Probably related to client stuff. England is bad. A lot of, you know, that's the general level of Thomas comments. Something is good. Something is bad. He's a very descriptive person. Creative with his words. I'll just use whatever I want, so to be honest, Mazer, why does it matter to you what I use? Okay, let's find the games that we were previously looking at. Let's get rid of this. Oh yeah, we still want to see who British noob is. Let's see, who is he? Who is he? SNF. What is it? User info? Is it in there? Oh, it's the Smith guy. Okay. God damn it. Don't see any new sentence games for us to watch. How disappointing. E4, E5, F4, E takes F4, BC4, Queen H4, King F1. Say what? Ah yes, the double Irish. Classic. A classic. Irish with Dutch is the best tax evasion combo. Alright, be back in a moment and we'll decide what to do then. Let's look at some auto noob. Apparently he's the next top player in the works. King's Gambit. Oh, right, okay. I never played the King's Gambit. Made it me from the grave. Sounds like necrophilia. BRB. Wellity, wellity, wellity. Play Sicilian, so no King's Gambit for you. Yeah, I play Sicilian. I don't know why I play Sicilian though. But now I can't really stop playing it because I've actually learned some things about it. If I stop, then I'll have to learn other shit. That'd be no good. I play checkers, so good luck. I think there was a guy in my school who was like fucking the Irish champion in checkers. But, you know, it was checkers, so nobody gave a shit. It's like being the fucking world champion in tic-tac-toe. Ah, no, there's a bit more skill in checkers. Bit of skill. Checkers is a good game. There's no chess. Okay, build those P-gens. Not gonna save you because you have no units around. You can force an Alapin by not accepting the gambit. You guys all talking in chess terms. Checkers is easy, just always try to move into center. Really? Is that good advice or deliberately bad advice? Taiwan #1, Ireland #9. What does this mean? We need a lots checkers edition for Fav. So, seems like Swakila's ahead. Auto. Yeah, so the trick to this map is attack move over here or over here and get the reclaim that way. Neither of these guys are doing it, so they should both deserve to lose. However, because it is a 1v1, they can't both lose. They can draw at best, at worst. Have I not seen the amazing video of Taiwan #1 and China #4? I have been missing out on life, apparently. Okay, building P-gens. Yeah, it's really useless to build P-gens like that. It's only useful if you have units like already in the area ready to kill. Otherwise, like it's just useless. Yeah. Has an ACU ever been killed by UEF land scouts? I'm sure it's happened, but maybe, you know, I'm sure plenty of times like a UAF land scout is just around and it gets the last shot by accident. I don't know if mods can even do that. Let's see. I added you as a mod now. See if you can link it. Yeah, so Swackle's still, he's just kind of ahead on... Well, he's way ahead on power. He's just overflowing his power, slightly ahead on mass. He's now in the corner. You definitely want to grab this wreck here. That's a T... What is that? T3 NG? Hey, you can do it. Nice. Alright, gonna remove you as mod, just, you know, just because. Yeah, I see it anyway. Oops. Oh, shit. Okay, I had to, yeah. Cool. We're back. Yeah, I can see it. Other people should be able to see it as well, I think. If I can see it there. I'm not gonna watch it now, though. But thank you for sending it. Bomber. There's an NG dead. P-Gen on the way down. Mantis on the way down. Did the bomber go off map or is it dead? I think it's dead, actually. Swaka with mid control, raiding the units that would be, well, this engineer, which would be, you know, well, it was building a radar for some reason, but it would be getting reclaim. And actually, it's Swackle that's slower with the reclaim. However, he does just have better map control, and also got some reclaim in the corners and stuff. So, oh, bad stream stability. But yeah, Swackle doing quite well. 2, 4, 6, 8 factories. You can this should give you a good idea that you can really afford a lot of factories on this map. What faction is good for this map? I think all the factions are good on this map. I don't even think there's enough of a difference to really point out which faction is the greatest on this particular map. Auto with only 29 tanks, only 31, so Swackle only slightly ahead on units. But he does still seem to have, yeah, okay, he's making gun now. That's going to be major for him. We're dropping frames. It's up threefold. No gun for Auto, so Swackle turning his advantage into the gun, and the gun generally, if you can make it this much sooner than your opponent, is going to be crushing. Very good fights though for Auto Noob. This is really good fighting here. He's getting really good trades, and there's tons of reclaim left around here, so he needs to take this. But really what he needs is to recognize that the gun is almost done, or at least is on the way, and instead of this factory should make some extra power so that he can make the gun. You have to be ready, because you have to be thinking, if you haven't seen the ACU in ages, you have to be thinking, you have to recognize that, well, okay, the ACU is probably upgrading then. And if you don't have any power to actually react, then you're kind of fucked. Because, like, if he tries to make the gun now, he's already at basically level power income. It costs 280 power. That's going to drain his power immediately. He can pause air to help him out, but even that is not draining a great deal. Minus 65 saved? Yeah. The Aeon are bad on the corner. They shoot the ground. Not really, no. They don't really shoot the ground here. Unless you're, like, up here, which you probably shouldn't be, but... I mean, if you're up here, you can walk to the edge and shoot down. But in this position, you don't really shoot the ground. There's a bit of elevation change, but that it's not enough to actually screw you over. Oh, there's a lot of lag here, guys. Sorry. Alex, I think you're right, though. Good, that Aeon might be the best. But in general, it's... any faction is quite good here. And honestly, yeah, okay, here we go. Huge power stall. So it's like, the problem isn't that he didn't react in time, really. I mean, well, the problem is that he's not able to react. You have to know that on a 5x5 you may have to react. Oh, still making a factory, that's a mistake. You know that you may have to react to a gun quickly, and that means you need some power available, which he doesn't have. So Swackle now has the gun and steps forward, and you can see all the land is paused. These engineers shouldn't be building. Nothing should be building except the gun, really. He's getting extremely good trade here, though, in the meantime. Fuck me, the stream is getting screwed. Well, you don't build the P-gens next to each other on this map. Especially a Cybran. Auto Noob will never financially recover. Yeah, you might be right. However, he does have some units next to his ACU, so he might be okay. Spacing them is a hassle. Well, you gotta do it. So, that's it. And it's really not that big of a hassle, to be honest. You only really need to... It's only very important in the opening, because losing 3 P-gens early on is obviously really painful. Losing them... You're much less likely to lose them 6-7 minutes in, because you'll probably have air by then, and yeah, and you probably have anti-air by then, and Otto is just getting owned, losing a lot of HP on his commander. He's super low now, and now Swackle is the one who has to retreat because Otto is getting into range with tons of Mantis. He should focus, maybe he should focus the ACU, I don't know. But yeah, he's really mismicroed. He left his ACU on the front without really helping with his units for a long time there. But now he's in a good position. Oh, that was a big overcharge. And the veterancy is about to come, and Swackle... Yeah, he's running out of units. Swackle microed pretty well there. And yeah, you can't get a draw when the HPs look like this unless you get the Mantis in range, do damage to the ACU. But when the HP is like this, Otto has to come back in and get some kills to get the veterancy. But if he gets into range of the ACU, he should just die, I think. He's 3,500 health behind the enemy commander. And Swackle is the one with the bigger army in this position now. As Alex said, he will never financially recover. No mass at all at this point. He's not getting any of this reclaim that was building up that he could have gotten, I guess. And Swackle is the one taking the reclaim at the front. So Otto just needs to try and get a draw. That's it. He should go on snipe mode. He should target only the ACU. He should send in all of his units, and he should turn on overcharge, and he should not walk out of range. He's fucked it already by walking out of range of the ACU. Yeah. Just get a draw. Really. Just get a draw. Look at the army that Swackle has. And the longer he waits, the less chance he has of getting a draw, in my opinion. As soon as you get one chance, you have to try and take it. Like, move in now. Move in now. Move in now and just target the ACU. Move in. Why? Why move away? I don't get it. I don't... Maybe he's still going to get a draw. But if he does, I'd be really surprised. Swackle is getting closer to his second veterancy. So actually, if he tries now, Swackle will get a second vet. Because he needs about 2 more kills. 3 more kills. And then he won't get a draw. Because of that veterancy. And there's the vet, 6,700. Now he's 4,000, over 4,000 HP away from drawing. When, to be honest, the draw wasn't even far away. He actually could have drawn multiple times here, but refuses to try. Swackle has every single unit next to his commander. It's actually frustrating. These are the things I guess you don't understand as 1800. And you blame the faction. Don't think this really had much to do with the faction at all, which is why I was kind of reluctant to pick a particular faction when asked what faction is good for this map, because, well, you know, it's not that relevant. How you play is what's relevant. Well, Alex, you're like 4,000 years old in FAF terms, so that's why you knew, I guess. Alright, let's try another game, shall we? Let's see. What's up, Pauli? Haven't had a single loss or draw in FAF for years. Fuck yeah. What a beast. Love watching old Alex replays. Yeah, there's plenty. Plenty of replays. I see a 5-star game here. From Box. The fuck is this? Alex does play. He plays map gen. He's a map gen professional. Professional hoster of map gen games. The last map gen game. I've played like 2 map gen games and absolutely just was like, wow, I hate team games. That's all I got. I was like, yeah, this reaffirms. It's, you know, I really am not good at playing in a team in general. To be honest, I'm just not good at it. It's not my bag. Why does MapGen give 400 mexes on every map, by the way? Am I showing the game? No, I'm not showing the game. Perfect. Yeah, so why does MapGen give us this many mexes? Like, what the actual fuck is this? So there's Thomas. Excuse me. It's just the way I generate it. But you're not even in this game. Why are you casting this shit? Because Box gave it a 5-star review. So, you know, it must be good. He said, he gave it a 5-star review and said, awesome map. So, you know, obviously I took him very seriously, and I'm very intrigued to see what innovative strategies people will come up with. They seem to involve not queuing up mass extractors. Like, well, I have enough, really, you know, I don't need more. Bomber, scouts, scouting. Is there mass in the middle? No, there isn't. Why would anyone walk into the middle of the map? I don't know. Let's ask Freshy, who's completely alone. He's walked into the middle of the map where nothing is, and now entire armies are fighting over the 2 mechs in middle. Meanwhile, there's like 400 mechs on the outside, I believe is exactly how many we have. So, yeah, Freshy now tells Tex to stop tryharding, which is a good strategy. You know, tell your opponent not to tryhard, shame them into playing poorly. Psychological warfare from Freshy. It's a setting people have to choose. The real question is, what is the degeneracy in the minds of people to make it the popular choice? I agree. But looking into the minds of men is a just a pointless task. Looking into the depths of hell there. Okay, Freshy. Did shaming Tex into not playing well work? Time will tell. Thomas seems to be winning. God knows why. He hasn't really done anything. Well, he's made T2 Air already. That's pretty good. He has a small amount of Aurora. But, not sure, Andrew. Not sure, actually. I believe some people might die to T2 Air. For example, Legend Lore 2. The Return of Legend Lore. He doesn't seem to have many mexes. A lot of the bottom of the map is Excelsior's. And Legend Lore is a legend with anti-air, so Thomas gets fucked. Thomas wins air versus box for now. And makes lots of T2 mexes. And Tex continues walking forward as he has done for the whole game. And there's still nothing in his way. Now, finally, an army has appeared. Just sort of nearby. Maybe he'll stop. But I doubt it. Maybe he'll stop to make an upgrade. Or 2 upgrades. Now, he's actually has, you know, 34 mexes, but is stalling. He actually has more than 34 because he's got some T2 as well, and he's actually managing to stall here, so that's quite impressive. He's making T2 land HQ at the front, he's making T2 air HQ in the back, and Excelsior has killed Legend Lore with a lot of tanks. Just a lot of tanks. So Excelsior is winning, and the T2 land HQ is under attack as it's getting upgraded. The gunships are under attack. Oh my god, it's 97%. Now he kills the NGs. If he just shot the HQ, it'd be dead, but he shot the NGs. Holy fuck, Thomas. Thomas had 80 HP. 80. And you kill the NGs at that point. You swap target to the NGs. And now he still has T2 land HQ. And guess what? He's going to make flak. And he's going to make Swifties. Wow. It was going great. And then you did that. But yeah, also Box has T3 air. Thomas is making T3 mix, and that's 32% T3 air. He stopped making T3 air so that he can make T3 mix. Unfortunately, Box is making T3 PGen right now. He has plenty of energy to do so. He has a lot of eco. He's got double base, and Box is actually going to die to tanks. Pretty sure Box is dying to tanks. So I guess Thomas was totally right to just, you know, make... Oh, he actually has double gun, so he's not dying to tanks. T2 PD, it's going to take a long time to build because he has no mass. Or he's stalling. He has a lot of mass, but he's stalling. T3 PGen is up. Tex is making T2. Freshy is still in middle. He's managed to secure one of the mexes in middle. Congratulations. The other one still eludes him. But at least his opponent doesn't have it. Looks like he did have it for a time. That's a dead Cyber Mex. And it looks, you know, looks like T3 Air is going to be dangerous, to be honest. T3 Mex for Thomas, what a beast. T3 NGs, T3 PGen on the way, but not adjacent to T3 PGen. Random Aurora killing T2 Mexes in the back of Thomas's base. That's quite sad to see. Freshy building... No, Freshy not doing anything. Excelsior with T2 and gun is now building a T2 radar. He doesn't have power though, so it's not really gonna work for him. He's making PGen. Bit late on the PGen there, I would say. And restorers for Box. Give me strat, says Box. Not sure what the story is there with that. And the strat. Oh, it just barely gets away. And oh, there's ASF. Okay. Box seemed to give away the strat, was unhappy with how it was used, and then demanded it back from Tex. And it killed like a couple T3 mexes. Tex survives the Corsairs without dodging. What a beast. Restorers move in and defend him. Another Corsair comes in and actually makes contact because Tex decided to move out of his shield. Which is obviously a bad plan. We don't like that plan. T3 mechs for box. Another T3 P-Gen. Thomas is making another T3 P-Gen. He's making restorers of his own. He does not have multiple T3 mechs. He does not have an entire other base of his 1400 teammates, so it's gonna be difficult. Box is quite far forward with his ACU. If he dies, it's extremely unlikely that Tex will be able to carry the game alone with however many mechs it would be. How many would it be? Well, he's got 38 by himself, and Box has...
Commander under attack.
Jesus, 41, so yeah. About 80 mexes on the top team, and now a lot of pings on Box's commander. Obviously he has no idea that he's under attack or something. That's a lot of T2 land units that have just gotten absolutely owned by Overcharge and a ton of Oblivion turrets. An absolute ton of Oblivion turrets. Imagine if those T2 units went anywhere else. For example, the way those units went, you know, maybe they would have actually achieved something, but here they walked into a double gun comm with shield and 9 Oblivion turrets and a static shield and restorers. So the restorers could move, which they will, but you know, what if the T2 units went up here in this completely open map and just went anywhere to the top side where there aren't 9 Oblivion turrets and an ACU? I think they might have been able to do some damage. Or at the very least forced a reaction from Tex. But instead they walked into the one tiny point on the map which has all of the static defenses on the map for that team. So that attack failed. Understandably. It's up snack bar, and it looks better and better for the top team. Random restorers flying around. What is that dead stuff? No idea. Gunships, I guess. Restorers dying to swift winds. Well, mostly the swift winds died there, actually. Yeah, imagine building a fire base on a completely open map, and then your enemy runs his T2 directly into the fire base and loses all of the units. Just imagine your luck. Are we done yet? This game sucks, says, yeah, I mean, I think he's right. Freshy appears to have no base whatsoever. He does have Corsairs, though. And if he can snipe someone, I think he will, probably be successful in winning the game, especially if he snipes Box. You know, Box is here at the front. He has shield as commander, but he doesn't have a static shield. Thomas doesn't seem to want to go for a snipe. He's just going to rely on Freshy. Oh, that's not much of a dodge there, actually. 7,000 HP. Some of the Corsairs get another pass. It's down to under 4,000. Then he gets a veterancy. That's a lot of restorers there. And now many Harbs. And many Oblivions. And I don't think this is going to work. Oh, another Corsair comes in. Down to 4,600. Another Corsair. And the danger has passed. Thomas is dead. His base is dead. Corsairs are a type of base. Interesting. Now I faff Bob Ross. I don't know. Was Bob Ross 2200 rated painter? Let's observe it. Well, that was a great game. Good stuff. Is Freshy's comm still in middle? Oh, maybe this was his comm. This is theory. Alright. Spaceman is Bob Ross. Okay, that's pretty close there, I'd say. Alright guys, hit like in the stream if you're enjoying, because we are going to end the stream. It's been about 3 hours. So, thank you all for watching. Look at this tree. This is a terrible little tree. You should be ashamed of this tree. Exactly. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for liking. Thanks to all the patrons and the members. You guys are fantastic. Now go make some replays for me, and I promise to roast you mercilessly. Okay? Deal? Deal. See you next time, guys.